channel. Today I've created this full face of Too Faced products. We've created this really glam smoky eye. So if you want to hear my thoughts on Too Faced makeups, the good, the bad, the ugly, and to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. So I'm super excited to film this video for you guys. It has been so highly requested and I've actually had the products for a little while now, but I was just trying to space out my full face of videos because I have done quite a few. I've done a Charlotte Tilbury, a Fenty Beauty and a Benefit makeup. So if you want to see any of them, then go check out my playlist. It's called Full Face Of, and you guys can go and watch that and learn about the things that I love, I hate. I give you all the goss in those videos, so please go check that out if you want to. As you can probably tell, I have already done brows just because I don't have any Too Faced brow product. I have a full bag of goodies. Some I have tried and others are going to be a first impression with you guys today, which is really exciting. But primed today, I have the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer infused with peach and sweet fig cream. I haven't yet tried this as a primer, but I did try it on the back of my hand when I first got it, and it really is cooling. It was really quite a weird sensation on my hand, to be honest, but I'm looking forward to trying it here on camera and seeing what we think. It does have that cooling effect. I can imagine in the morning, I'm actually filming this late at night, but I can imagine in the morning that would be a really nice, refreshing way to prime your face when typically you would be putting on your makeup. So it's gone into the skin really, really nicely. It's not sitting heavily, it doesn't feel sticky. It feels ever so slightly tacky, but a nice amount of tacky, nothing too sticky or uncomfortable. For foundation, I'm going to go in with the Born This Way foundation. I've actually tried this product before, but I can't honestly remember what I thought about it. From what I remember, I think it was okay. I think I liked it, but it wasn't something that I immediately wanted to repurchase. Now, whether that was because it didn't wow me or whether it was because I just wanted to try something else, I'm not too sure. However, I do remember buying the concealer at the same time as this, and I absolutely fell in love with the concealer, and I still have the concealer in my kit today because I have continued to repurchase it. So I remember that wowing me, but I don't remember this wowing me. So today we're going to find out what I think of it. It says hydrating, long wearing, photo friendly, non-comedogenic. 100% said this foundation blurred their imperfections. 100% said this foundation made their skin look absolutely perfect, and 97% said this foundation provided a natural coverage. So they are huge claims. So let's jump in and see what we think. I actually just picked up the shade that I used to be in this foundation just because I actually remembered what it was and I thought that should go quite well with the concealer. Smell wise, it isn't like a nice fragrant smell, but it doesn't smell bad either. First pump has applied absolutely beautifully and has blended out really, really nicely. When you look at the difference, you can see that it is definitely blurred out my skin. It definitely looks like a second skin. I'm actually really impressed with that, just on that first little bit. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't look heavy. I can definitely feel that cooling primer work in my face feels ice cold, and especially because I'm like rubbing over it, I can definitely feel it. It feels like a breeze. Apply a little bit to the forehead and onto this side. Okay, so this is the first layer. I've used about 2.5 pumps to do my entire face. So this is just one even layer all over, and I will say it's looking really nice. It has that kind of powdery effect. I know it's oil free. It doesn't actually say on the box if it's meant to be a matte foundation. Obviously it's meant to be hydrating. It's definitely not dewy. It's kind of got that satiny finish to it. Obviously it's meant to be a natural finish. I personally like a little bit more, so I'm going to build another layer on top of it and see what we think of that. Okay, so second layer on top, and it has given me that little bit more coverage, but it's still very, very natural, and it is still quite like a second skin, and you can definitely still see your skin through it. So if you're not somebody who likes that, then I don't think this foundation is going to be for you. It does feel really, really lightweight on the skin, and obviously to touch as well. I can see it making a little bit of a line just here. Obviously I don't have many lines, but I do have a couple underneath my eyes, and then obviously here where I'm talking, and yeah, I can see it sitting in that a little bit. So I'm gonna carry on with the rest of the face, and then we're gonna go back and talk about the foundation once we see how it's sitting. So forgot that I have the Hangover Pillow Lip Balm. I've been using this actually for the last week or so to prep my lips in the morning or before makeup, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this also has quite a nice cooling effect. It feels really nice on the lips, really hydrating. It's quite thick, but it's not tacky or sticky. It just feels really nice, and I personally think it makes your lips look really nice as well. I just wanted to mention as well, for shade reference, I am nude in the Too Faced foundation. I also have nude in the concealer. I have this concealer, I've used this concealer for a good while now. Like, I got these together, I think when they first came out, which was obviously a good couple of years, maybe three years ago now, I can't actually remember, and I've continued to repurchase this because it's genuinely one of the best concealers that I have ever used. I love it a lot. So because this foundation is quite natural and doesn't have a lot of coverage, and obviously I like a little bit more coverage, especially obviously for videos and for pictures. I'm going to apply a good amount of concealer and build the coverage up in that way. So I'm just going to press this in. If you haven't tried this foundation, then I definitely recommend you go and try it. It is really, really nice. It's really long wearing. It sits on the skin really nice. It's not too heavy. It gives you really good coverage. I have been thinking recently about picking it up. I should have done it for this video really, but picking it up in a darker shade to contour with, because I really like the way that it blends out. You guys can see right there how nice it blends out and what a difference that has made obviously to my eyes too. But yeah, I was thinking of picking it up for contour because it is so lovely to blend out. I think it would be a really nice contour. So I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend those together seamlessly. Okay, so you guys already know I love that concealer, and you guys can see the difference that that's made. But you know what? I really like that concealer on top of that foundation. That has made a huge difference, and they're sat really, really nicely together. So to be honest, for every day, I would be more than happy using them together as a pair and having that little bit more of a natural look, but still having the coverage where I need it. And I do think that that concealer is just give it a little bit of a fresher look. Moving on to powder, I have the Peach Perfect powder. This stuff honestly smells amazing. If you guys don't already know, Too Faced are well known for having fragrance products. They have a chocolate bar palette, smells like chocolates. They have a peach palette that obviously smells like peaches. Same with obviously the primer and this powder. So if you guys don't like fragrance products and maybe you're a bit sensitive to it, then maybe it's not for you. However, if you like a really nice smelling product like I do, then this is honestly amazing. Leave me a comment down below what you guys like. Do you prefer non-fragrance products or do you prefer a fragrance product? So I've actually used this powder quite a few times since I bought it. I only bought it a month ago or so, something like that. It was in one of my hauls when I was getting ready to film this video for you guys, and I really, really like it. I wouldn't say it's my all-time favorite, but I do really love my favorites, which is the Laura Mercier one, and I really like the Huda Beauty one too. But I do really like it, and I wouldn't be put off buying it either, to be honest. I don't want any fallout disturbing our foundation. So moving on to bronzer, I have the Chocolate Soleil Longwear Matte Bronzer, and it's made with 100% natural cocoa powder. If you watched my haul when I spoke about this product, then you'll know that it was one of my all-time favourite products back in the day when I used to do hen parties quite a few years ago now, when everybody liked a lot more of a natural bronzer. I loved it then, but from what I remember it was quite natural, so whether I'll still like it now, because I'm such a give me sun girl that loves a lot of bronzer. I'm not sure that this will be my favourite, but we're going to try it out. I honestly haven't used it since then, and that will be 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago, which is crazy. Time moves so quickly. Oh my gosh, that smell is taking me back. Isn't it crazy that smells do that to you? Wow. I honestly don't remember it being this much of a cool bronzer, and especially looking at it in the pan, it looks quite warm. So I've just applied that how I usually apply bronzer, and it looks very ashy on my skin. Ooh. So I'm really shocked. I honestly don't remember it looking like that at all whatsoever. I mean, it does cast a really nice shadow to give you that contoured look, but that is just way too cool for me and what I like. If I would have known that it was that cool, I would have applied it completely different and just used it as a contour like I do the original Hoola, and then warmed my face up with another bronzer that was a lot warmer, but that is not what I was expecting. It has gone on okay, but because it's so cool, it's just given me a really weird cast, which obviously isn't great. I'm going to just bake underneath and kind of carve it out a little bit in hopes that we can save this. Just going to apply a little bit more of that powder up here. Okay, so I've done the baking now, which has sculpted it out a lot more and took that really kind of ashy patch away. So I'm much preferring the way that that looks now. That did scare me for a hot minute. Okay, so I know it's not Too Faced, but I am going to take a little bit of MAC Give Me Sun and just try and warm my cheeks up a little bit, just so I can give you guys a true reflection on whether I'd quite like to use that as a contour shade, because I definitely wouldn't use that as a bronzer to warm up my face like I usually do. So I'm going to take a little bit of that on a different brush. So now that I've applied that, I feel a lot more comfortable. So this is generally how I like to have my bronzer. I like it to warm up my face and my skin. I like to use some products as contouring products, like the original Hoola, but I'll use that in very specific places and then bring all of the warmth back into my skin. So I've got to say, I would definitely not use that bronzer for, maybe it's just my skin tone, but I definitely wouldn't use that bronzer on my skin to apply it all over and bring the warmth back like I just have the MAC Give Me Sun, as it would just be too cool and too ashy and it just wouldn't look right. However, now that I have applied the MAC Give Me Sun and used that as a contour, I am quite liking it. So I'm definitely going to give that product a little bit of a play around. I'm going to use it in a few different ways with a few different brushes, and I'll definitely update you guys on what I think of that, because I think it would be completely unfair to just write it off right now, because at the end of the day, it's definitely not patchy, it's blended out fine. It is just the colour of it. It's just crazy that it looks so warm in the pan and really it's not. It's very cool. So I'll definitely update you guys. If you follow me over on Instagram, then I'll make sure that I pop it on my story once I've had a little play around. And I will also, if you're watching this in the future, I'll update the little bio and tell you guys what I think. So now, the moment we've all been waiting for. This is genuinely one of the most stunning palettes I've ever come across. I'm really hoping the formulation doesn't let it down, because it is beautiful. Just look at those shades. How beautiful. I think for a present, for your own makeup kit, whatever it may be, you need this because it is so stunning, and I just can't wait to create some makeup looks with you now. So I think I'm gonna go for a little kind of pink into brown smoky eye today because them pinks are just speaking to me. I'm gonna take the colour Warm Rose. So there doesn't seem to be much of a smell coming from this palette. I'm gonna work this into my crease now, and I'm gonna mainly focus it on the outer corner. Then I'm going to pop into this shade called Petal on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to very gently just blend over the edges of the first shade we popped down. So far so good. The colours blend really nicely together. They go onto the skin really nice. They're really pigmented. They're not patchy. They're really beautiful shades as well. So yeah, so far really loving that palette. It's gorgeous. Then I'm going to take this absolutely stunning shade here called Rose Gold, and I'm just going to take it on my finger, and I'm just going to press that in the middle of my eye. Oh, that is beautiful. So it's really nice and pigmented. It's not chunky, so it's not falling all over the face, which is really nice. It's blending into the other colours really well. It's got a really beautiful reflex to it as well, which I'm super obsessed with. Sand on another finger, more towards the inner corner, just to give an extra dimension. That is also a really beautiful shade. It's just a little bit lighter and ever so slightly cooler. So on a little tapered blending brush, I'm going to take the shade Truffle, which is the darkest one here, and I'm just going to apply it to the very outer corner very gently, just to add a little bit more depth. And I'm just going to buff the edges of that with that Warm Rose, which we took first. Then going to take Glistening Snow, which is honestly so beautiful. I don't think it's picking up properly on camera. I'm going to apply this to my brow bone as a highlight. Oh my gosh. Doesn't that just take you back to the days of MAC Vanilla Pigment or MAC Nylon? Those were the days. So I'm just going to very gently, with whatever's left on this big fluffy brush that we took for Petal, I'm just going to buff that into the other shadows so that it blends nicely. Take some of that Glistening Snow to the inner corner. I will say that this one is a little bit chunkier than the others, but it's fine. That is so beautiful. I'm going to take a little mix between that Glistening Snow and that Shimmering Pearl colour, and I'm going to use this as highlight. So if you want a little bit more of a natural payoff, then I would use a brush for this, but if you want a lot more of a blinding highlight, then I would use your finger. Just to show you what I mean, you can see, there you go, how much more of a pigmented look you get by using the warmth of your finger. Okay, so on the bottom lashes, I'm going to take a little bit of that Truffle. Guys, honestly, I am blown away with that palette. It's absolutely stunning. It's definitely going to be in my everyday makeup bag because you can create so many different looks with it. Colour story in it is absolutely beautiful. I'm super excited to use these warm shades. I love a really orangey brown smoky eye, like that was my thing back in college. These more neutral colours are so nice for every single day, or maybe for wedding makeup. You can see how beautiful the pinks are on my eyes. Can't believe that more people don't talk about it. Like, I honestly hadn't seen it until I'd gone and looked fantastic and I was shopping through Too Faced products, and I forget to mention in most videos, but I actually have a 20% off discount code with Look Fantastic. It is across most things on their website, so I'll leave it down in my description bar along with some links to the products as always, and you can save some money if you do want to purchase any products from Look Fantastic using my code. Now I'm going to go in with the Better Than Sex liquid liner. I love a good liquid liner that's in the form of a pen. They're just super easy to use. That is super easy to use, super pigmented. The nib on it is really nice. So yeah, I really like that. The only thing that I tend to find with liquid eyeliners in a pen form is they dry out quite quickly, so I obviously can't speak for that right now, so I'll definitely update you guys on whether this dries out quickly or whether it's okay. But yeah, definitely a really nice eyeliner. It's gone on really well, and also I'll do a lasting test and see whether it lasts all day as well. For mascaras, I have two to try out. I have recently been using the Damn Girl, which I've been obsessed with. Honestly, it is so good. It has quite a chunky brush, but it's just been making my eyelashes look really nice, and I've been really enjoying just wearing mascara on my lashes for every day. So today I'm going to try out the Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm really excited to try this. I was explaining in my haul that I'd always wanted to try this mascara, and it was just something that I hadn't ever picked up. And then I went to order it on, I think, Boots, and I was reading the reviews, and honestly some of the reviews were quite terrible. A lot of people saying that it's quite dry and it's really clumpy and it flakes off, and it really put me off. So I have used this once and I didn't have like an overwhelming problem with it, but I have found that I've reached for that Damn Girl a lot because I genuinely think it's really good. For lashes, a really nice lift. I do think it makes them look really nice. I know it's probably quite hard to tell because I've got such heavy eye makeup on right now. It's nothing though that I would write home about. Like, for how many people spoke about it and raved about it, I honestly thought it was like the world's best mascara, but I've not loved it. I've not completely fell in love with it when I've tried it. I understand slightly what they mean when they say it's dry. It isn't a really wet mascara, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I do think that wet mascaras can be a little of a pain because they take a little bit longer to dry, and God forbid you sneeze, it goes all over your face. But yeah, I'm not overwhelmed by this mascara, but I haven't used it enough to fully know either. But that Damn Girl mascara I would recommend any day of the week. I'm going to take these Royal Lashes, and these are in the style U. They're honestly so beautiful. She smashed the packaging and these lashes look amazing. Okay, so lashes applied, and I think these just finish off the look so perfectly. They're absolutely stunning. I'm so obsessed with them. They've got a really nice lash band. They're sitting really comfortably on my eyes, and this style really suits this winged out look that we've created, so I'm absolutely made up with them. I will leave her Instagram down in the description if you guys want to check out her lashes. So to finally finish off, I have a choice of two lip products. I have the Lip Injection Extreme Limited Edition Cinnamon Bear, and this is in a red colour. It's kind of like a reddy pink. And then I also have the Lip Injection Extreme Instant and Long-Term Lip Plumper, and this is in Bubblegum Yum. So with the lip injections, 93% said lips look fuller and more plump, 97% said it delivers instant results, and 97% said lips feel moisturised. I'm going to go with this pink one because I've actually swatched it before and it comes out quite sheer, which I think would be really nice to just finish off this look. And I'm quite nervous / excited for that tingly feeling. I've tried it on the back of my hand before and it really made my hand tingle, so God only knows what it's going to feel like on my lips. I've never actually tried the Too Faced lip injection. I've tried Sexy Motherfucker from Boots, but I believe this is like the mother of plumping lip glosses. And I will say that that Hangover X lip balm really did prime my lips nicely. I'm so made up that I found like a lip balm that I genuinely want to use when I put on my makeup. So that colour is really, really pretty. I do have quite a rosy lip colour anyway, but that has just enhanced it really nicely. It's definitely starting to tingle now, and it's not painful. It's a weird sensation for sure. I mainly feel it around the top part of my lip. I can feel it a little bit on the bottom, but mainly the lip, and it is a tingly feeling and kind of like a slight, like a burning sensation. But that's kind of what all of the lip plumpers are like. The only thing that I don't like about them is I always seem to get them on my tongue, and then it's like super uncomfortable. Who wants the tongue plumped? Okay, so it's been about 2 or 3 minutes since I first applied that lip gloss. I definitely would say that it makes your lips look that little bit more like juicy and nice. And I do think actually around here it's kind of pulled up my lips, which is where I can actually feel it tingling the most. So after these 2-3 minutes, I can definitely tell that it's calming down now, and it isn't anywhere near as intense as it was when I first put it on. It's completely fine. It's not painful. It's slightly uncomfortable just because it's a weird sensation, but nothing that I couldn't cope with, and nothing that's unbearable. And if it gives us nice lips, then I'm personally okay with taking that little bit of uncomfortableness for 2 minutes or so. So overall, yeah, I like that product. I'm definitely going to use it more and see whether it does what it says, whether it does actually help with long-term results. I'm not sure exactly how that science works, but I'll give it a go. I really like the colour of it. I think it's really nice. I think it'd be really nice for every day as well, and in the summer. Okay, so to give you guys a recap and to give you the full lowdown on what I think. First off was the Peachy Primer, which I do quite like. I think in the morning it would be quite nice to have that cooling sensation. It was a little bit weird at first. It does feel like there's a draft on your face, but it was nice. I wouldn't say that it blurs or kind of fills in your pores or anything, but it definitely feels nice and hydrating. And if your skin needs that little bit of a wake up, that little bit of pick me up, I think it would be nice in the morning to have. Back to the foundation, it definitely is more of a matte finish. I don't remember it being this matte. I thought it was a lot more like satin with a little bit of a radiant glow, but it doesn't have that. Now that all of my foundation, concealer, bronzer, everything is on, it is sitting a lot better than it was originally. It's definitely got that kind of powdery texture to it. I wouldn't say that it is sitting anywhere really heavy. It is really blended into my skin now, which is nice. I absolutely love the concealer, as you guys know, and I definitely think that made a difference to the foundation. I think if I was using that foundation alone, then I wouldn't like it. What I'm going to do is try it with other concealers and see whether it gives me the same kind of thoughts or whether it is just something that I will use with the concealer. Peach powder I really, really like. Like I said, it's not my favourite, but I definitely would pick it up again. It's really nice, it smells nice, it doesn't sit heavy on your face at all whatsoever. So yeah, I really do like the powder. The bronzer, I'm definitely going to be trying out more, like I said before, with different brushes and in some different techniques. If you want it to do all over your face and you like a warm bronzer like me, then I definitely wouldn't recommend it. However, to give you that kind of contoured look, it is looking okay. It definitely needs that bronzer to warm it up for me personally. So jury's still out on the bronzer, but I'll definitely update you guys with how it goes. I have completely fallen in love with that eyeshadow palette. I think this eye look would be gorgeous for a date night or a girls night, or maybe first night out. You know, June 21st makeup is gonna come around quicker than we think, hopefully, all being well. Yeah, I really like that palette, and if you guys want me to do more makeup looks using that palette, then please just leave me a comment, because I'm more than happy to do that. I can't wait to create more looks with it, because this is honestly so beautiful, and it's something that I'm going to be wearing in my makeup bag every day. I'm really impressed with the eyeliner. It's given me a really nice sharp wing. It's definitely really pigmented. It applied really easily, so I really liked that eyeliner. Onto the mascara, it wasn't anything that's blown me away, but I do think that it is a really nice mascara. First impressions, I would definitely go for the Damn Girl, because I've honestly been loving it. But the Better in Sex and mascara, I've heard so many people rave about it. Apart from those reviews on Boots, I just genuinely hadn't ever heard anyone say a bad word about it until I read those reviews. So definitely would love to know your guys' opinion on it if you guys have tried it, so leave me a comment. But I do quite like the way that it's sitting on my bottom lashes. It's created like a really nice chunky lash, which is what I like. And finally, the lip product. Like I said, I do think it has given my lips that little bit more of a plump look. It definitely is a weird sensation, but it's not painful, and it's pretty much gone away now. They just feel a little bit tighter maybe than they normally do, but at this point it's absolutely fine, and it's been about 10 minutes now, so it is quite a nice gloss anyway to have in your kit. I think that the colour is really nice as well, so I'm excited to try the Cinnamon Bear and to see what that one's like. I know it's limited edition, so I'm not sure whether you can still get it now, which is why I thought we best use this one. That is the end of this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing this full face of Too Faced. Let me know what your favourite products are from Too Faced down in the comments, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys!